Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 17, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So, highlights of the day, we are confirmed in a bear market. We are 20% from our highs of the year at 36,000 on the Dow, and we dipped lower than 30K yesterday. Now, looking at the major economic events of the day, at 3:45 South African time out of the United States, Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking, presumably after this Fed rate decision this past week. Now, looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound and the Australian dollar both rebounded today. Looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ plummet once again. And looking at commodities, gold rebounds and oil unchanged, while it was the tech stocks that got pounced, okay? And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin trading to 20K. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So going to first take a look at the Euro USD, and we did get a little bit of a pounce. Now remember, we did have a supportish level at this 103-ish level, and sure enough, we came through on that. Looking at the GBP USD, look at that massive rally yesterday. And then we're having this, what we call the fade to the rally. So it usually retraces about 50%. So I would imagine we would trace down to 21.85. We're still about 80 pips away from that. Looking at the Australian dollar, did the same thing, but not as resilient as you can see here, pouncing a little bit further than the other two. So, I mean, ultimately, this is a short covering. I'd like to see if it's a dead cat pounce, which means it's going to go back to its lows. But out of the three, the weakest one is the Euro USD. We were the one here that we tested our low of 103 once again. So there's a consistent support at this level. Okay, if we look at a monthly chart, you could see that. That's obvious. But with that considered, with all else said and done, okay, there is some major places for us to bounce off of this area. Now, looking first at the commodities, looking at gold, rebounding a little bit to 1845 from earlier in the week. We had a really just a up and down kind of move. We're in a range, and as long as you're buying the bottom of the range and selling the top of the range, you're good. I mean, you know, until we break out from this 1875 in the high and 1808 on the low, you know, anywhere closer to those two variables is an easy buy and an easy sell. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, looking at crude oil, we tapered off this week, okay, to 117. We hit earlier in the week 123-ish level, but tapering off to 117. It is just settling. I'm not going to say that it's going to go to new highs particularly, but there is enough of a resistance at 126 from pushing it higher. Now, looking at the Dow Jones traded below 30K yesterday to 29,800-ish level. We're bouncing on it right now to 30,000. Now, from our highs, guys, we are low from 36,500-ish level down to 30,000. That is in a matter of 6 months, okay? So, you know, this is probably one of the biggest opportunities there was, okay, in the past 2 years to make money, because we couldn't break out higher than that, and we're still struggling here. Now, there is a supportish level at this 29,700-ish, so I do expect it to bounce off of this area. Question is how much further? Okay, so it could possibly go up to 31,000. So, and inflation is happening, so keep that in mind. But right now, a 29,700 level is a very important level for this, so keep that in mind. Looking at the NASDAQ, we're trading at 11,216. Also, on our lows, also a very important level. If we look at it, that was a previous support level before. So this is also a very important level for us now. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I do anticipate some sort of a bounce here. Now, looking at Apple, it traded lower to 129. Remember, this was at 180-ish level, you know, just a few weeks ago. Okay, so this is really, you know, a big hit to the stock. Facebook trading at 160. Microsoft also couldn't get itself holding itself at 254. Amazon trading at $100. Remember, this was a $124 stock, and it's getting beat up. Okay, so they're all getting beat up. JP Morgan trading at 113. That's a new low for the year as well. So it's systemic. It's across the board. So, you know, all intents and purposes, you know, you're just trading with the market right now. There's nothing leading the market. It's all selling off all at the same time. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, trading at 20K, 20,822, and it's at the bottom of the range here. So conceivably, if this is a double bottom, this would be a decent place to pick it up. Now, your upside to it is possibly 26,000. That's really the next resistance-ish level. So keep that in mind as that unfolds later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.